So just a moment. See, we have last in the last class. Are you able to see my screen?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay. In the last class, we have went through the steps of thesis and formatting of thesis, right? Writing of thesis. Now, today we are starting from that topic only, the research synopsis. Our topic, today's topic is research synopsis and abstract. And in this, we also discuss about article and article writing and research report, right, and research paper. So what is research synopsis? Research synopsis is a short sketch of research thesis and all steps proposed to be followed in a research. It gives a clear view of research aim and time frame in which it is to be done. It helps researcher to stay focused on the objective of research and to avoid unrelated things with the research. In short, it is a plan for your research project. Some of the necessary items that should be found in synopsis you'll see in your next slide. So uh, research synopsis is basically that document that you will submit when you go for admission in your PhD or your research. So that is the first document which you will submit in front of the committee to finalize your research problem. Now, in the research writing, in the synopsis writing, there are some points which are very important to include. So, first of thing, there should be a background of the research. In this, researcher talk about background of his or her research field and discuss the importance of his or her research work as a whole. Right. So, this is what about background. Methodology, what happens in methodology, it specify the methods or a design of data gathering and analysis. The data gathered could be quantitative and qualitative. And third one is research question, to focus more on the research and further the cause of research question are asked by researcher in research, right? Next point come in
Sir, can you
synopsis.
go back to the previous slide?
Yeah, yes, right. So these are the three important points for your research synopsis. After that, next
You
point.
said question, methodology, and question. Question is hypothesis, sir. Is it hypothesis?
No, no, it is not a hypothesis. Means you will give a summary about your research questions, like a title. First of all, you need to take a title from your research question, and on that research, you will explain your research question. Means why, what you will do in your research. That will means you need to keep your relations between two variables. That would be your research question. Means what you will do between two variables or in your research. That will be your
So,
research question.
yeah. So, research question will kind of, if it is experimental, then research question talks about the variables, like how is the independent variable
Right.
manipulating to, yeah,
Dependent variable.
yeah, to
Yes.
give a, yeah, to give the outcome on a dependent
Yes.
variable.
So
Or if
3
it
to
is
4
for a
means.
different, if it is if for a different kind of a study where there is no experiment, like
Hmm.
no dependent
Then
independent
you have
variable,
to give
then
it in a descriptive way. you can give it in a descriptive way, whatever your research title will be, or whatever the problem you are taking, that problem will be your research question. There is a
What about
difference between
problem? Then what
problem.
do we give in the background, sir?
Sorry.
Don't we talk about the same thing in the background also? Don't we talk about what we are doing in the
Hmm.
background?
See, in the background of the research, what researchers talk about is research field and discuss the importance of his research work as a whole. So in the background, what you will include? You will include introduction,
Okay,
right? And literature review,
okay,
right? And in methodology, you will tell about the sampling, population, design, and data collections, what kind of a data it is, what statistics you will do in methodology. That will be school se phone mein baat karo. So that you will discuss in the methodology, means on what structure or what frame you are going to complete your research. After that, there is a research question. A research question will come in a second part after introduction or a literature review. So you will give 2 3 4 lines. बताओ
so
ना.
in methodology, if it is a quantitative study, sorry, a qualitative study, then we don't.
Just hold for a moment.
Yes, sir, yes.
Hmm. मैम हाँ, मैथमेटिक्स और इंग्लिश का आप ले लीजिए.
जी, लेकिन वर्कबुक भी चाहिए क्या आपको साथ में, ये पूछना था.
वर्कबुक इम्पोर्टेंट है क्या?
नहीं, सिर्फ प्रैक्टिस
नहीं
के
नहीं
लिए,
चाहिए,
इम्पोर्टेंट नहीं, ऑप्शनल है.
नहीं चाहिए.
तो सिर्फ रजिस्ट्रेशन ना.
यस
20
यस
rupees.
यस यस यस.
ओके, थैंक्स.
हाँ, यस मैम, प्लीज रिपीट योर क्वेश्चन.
So this will be clear if you kind of explain in two ways.
I
Like
will explain
one,
in 2 ways. Don't worry. But first of all, focus on the points. What research synopsis include when you will write your synopsis. This
yeah,
point
the
will
back,
come. Yeah.
the side headings, those we can remember, but the problem would be when there is a quantitative study, these things are a little more obvious, but when it is not a quantitative and a qualitative study, like where
Hmm.
there is a case study kind of a thing,
Hmm. Hmm.
for those kind of
Methodology will
studies,
always be there, na ma'am.
that
Without
part.
methodology, you can complete your research.
So in a case study research also we'll have um, a populations, statistics and all those things.
Yes, yes. There will always be a sample. Without sample, you cannot complete your research.
In every kind of research, this is the case, sir.
Yes.
Okay.
Right, ma'am.
Okay.
Now, next, what you have to do means you have to explain your hypothesis in your synopsis. So in this, there are no predetermined outcome. Researcher here mentioned the assumption on which the research work is built. This assumption might turn out to be false at the end of the research. This is what about hypothesis. Objective of the study, as we have earlier discussed about objective of the research. In here is the same thing, means you have to decide your objectives behind your research. So in this, researcher talk about the aim of his research. Clarity is very necessary in this. After that, a literature review. In this, researcher read the work of other research in the same area. The aim of this is to show that research hasn't been done on this topic before. So from the literature review, 2 things is very important. Means whatever the work has already been done, which you would like to conduct your research, and to find out the gaps, means which is something pending, which is something not hasn't been done, right? And in the last, you'll discuss limitations. In this, researcher discuss the challenge that his her research faces and factor that affect the research. And In the last you will give the references. So references is the citations, means the literature review you have taken from the other authors or other research papers. So the detail you will give about the author name and the paper title and the date of publication. All this you will give in the references. So we'll discuss it later.
So limitations, you have to give a little more detail, sir.
Limitations is basically means, see, like I would like to conduct my research on 5,000 people, but if I'm not able, means if I'm not able to get 5,000 people for a particular disease, means only I have a 200 people for particular disease. So this will be your limitation, and so many things are there, such kind of things. Maybe if you are living in a South India, and people are speaking their Tamil and you don't know Tamil. So you have to, prepare your question paper as per the questionnaire or tools or whatever the method will be used there. So in that particular format or in that particular language, you have to complete it. So there are some limitations in research which we have to be notified in our research.
Right, sir.
Now we'll discuss about abstract. So what is abstract? So abstract basically used when we write research papers or a article or a thesis. So abstract explains.
This is not part of the synopsis, right?
No, it is not a part of synopsis. The synopsis part has already been done. We have discussed it. Now we have come on another part, that is abstract.
Okay.
Okay, so abstract is a, in order to help reader quickly know the purpose of research article, abstract is given. It is like a brief summary. So abstract is a brief summary of any research paper, research article or thesis. In that, before the introduction, we have to mention abstract, or we have to give the abstract in a very short or a brief format to it allows the writer to elaborate upon each major aspect of the paper and help reader decide if they want to read the rest of the paper. Means abstract gives complete information in a very summarized form to the reader, the whoever the person who would like to read the research paper. First of all, if you don't want to read complete research paper, you just need to go with a abstract. So that abstract gives the trailer of your research paper or a thesis or a article. So it is one paragraph only, and comprising generally of not more than 300 words. An abstract always appears at the beginning of a thesis or a research paper, acting as the point of entry for any given academic paper or patent application. The purpose and motivation behind the abstract is, you should start your abstract by explaining why people should care about this study, right? Why is it significant to your field and perhaps to the wider world? Start by answering the following questions. What are the following questions? What made you decide to do this study or a project? Why is this study important to your field or to the lay readers? Why should...
Sir, a little slow, sir. You're going like on a very high speed. I mean, a little slow, because
Okay.
I'm also trying to make important points, so that
Okay.
I think,
No,
yeah,
no.
I think.
Okay, I'll go slowly. First, don't write anything, right? Because I'll share this slides to you
No,
later on.
sir, we were asked to make notes while the class is going on. At least the important points have to be written down, and that is what Rahul sir was emphasizing right from the beginning. He wants us all to make notes so that we are on track with the lecture.
I don't see, it's individual
Yeah,
perceptions.
I'm trying to just make one important point out of what you say. So it's
Okay.
taking a
Sorry.
little
I'll
time
go
for me
slowly.
to
No
write
problem.
down.
I'll go slowly. Don't worry. I would like to show a research paper. In that, you will understand what is research. See, in this research paper, you can see the abstract. This is a short paragraph. So first three line will explain the introduction of your research paper, whatever you have done in your research paper or your thesis. Three to four line will explain the introduction, right? That the from the see from this reduce it dot, after that there is a line, this study was designed to find out academic procrastination. Here you give the objectives and aims in 2 3 lines, right? And after that you will give methodology. You explain in a very brief or a summarized form about methodology, and after that you will give your results and conclusions in the last. So this is what about abstract. So the purpose and motivation. So as you should start your abstract by explaining why people should care about this study, right? Why is it significant to your field? I think significant to your field and perhaps to the wider world. Start by answering the following questions. What question should come in your mind when you write a abstract? What made you decide to do this study or project? Why is this study important to your field? And why should someone read your entire essay? Entire essay means whatever you have write, right? In short, the first section of your abstract should include the importance of the research and its impact on related research fields or one the wider scientific domain. So this was the purpose and motivation. Next is explain the problem addressed in research. Stating the problem that your research addresses is the corollary to why your specific study is important and necessary. This is very important, right? You can combine the problem with the motivation section, but from a perspective of organization and clarity, it is best to separate the two. Here we have to answer the questions: what is the problem which your research is trying to solve?
Can you show this in the paper, sir? Like the abstract, the paper that you have shown, how the problem is addressed?
See, despite the abundance of study, invest means you will understand this abstract once you will read the introduction. First, you need to read the introduction, literature review, what has been done. If you are already done your PhD, then abstract reading is okay. But if you it means in a previous stage, or you are just going for admission, so it would be difficult to understand.
Yeah. So where in the abstract do we find the explanation of the problem?
Yes, you will find the explanation. Means what you will give in a first 2 3 line. You will give that what you are going to do in your research, what you have taken as a problem, what variables are there, and what would be the cause and effect you will going to find in your problem. So this will be the introduction part. So you in introduction part, you will give about your introduction of your problems variables. You will give introduction about you mentioned introduction of your variable, independent variable. Then you will give introduction of your dependent variable, and other things related to it. So this is how the abstract comes. So don't
We'll go back to the paper to see, sir, because that will be easy to remember.
we have a lot of time, we'll do it later because it will consume our time.
I mean, otherwise it is of, and it won't stick in the head, sir. We have to keep going over and over this topic again because there are so many similar aspects, and we tend to forget
Yes,
things easily.
this is this is what about research aptitude means.
हाँ,
Think
इसीलिए एग्जाम्पल्स
think
के
will
साथ अगर पढ़ाओगे तो it is very easy to remember.
okay.
I mean, reading the slides and running through the slides, we can do it, but if you can supplement it with examples and show us how it looks and how.
So this is okay. I'll go with example. So this is your abstract, right? So
Yeah.
here what is written, despite the abundance of studies investigating the impact of academic procrastination on several aspects of learning, less is known about how this construct is perceived by adolescent foreign language learners with different level of academic procrastination and their reason to delay task and potential suggestion to reduce it. So this study was designed to find out the academic procrastination. So this is the problem which they have mentioned here, like how this construct is perceived by adolescent foreign language learners with different level of academic procrastination. So academic procrastination is a variable, right?
Okay. Yeah.
So here is a academic procrastination is a variable, and adolescent foreign language learners, these this is another variable,
Yeah.
right? So this study was designed to find out the academic procrastination behavior of 136 learner aged. So here they have mentioned that what is his aim or objective, what he would like to do. He would like to do a study to find out what the academic procrastination behavior of 136 learners, and in here he has given his sampling also. What is his sampling is adolescent of the age of 11 to 12 years. Additionally, another major aim was to find out how the participants reasons to procrastinate and suggestion to reduce it differed according to gender and their academic procrastination level. So this is what the issue they have mentioned. The participants were divided into three groups. The methodology has come here right now. ठीक है, low, average and high procrastinators, considering their mean scores on the academic procrastination scale. So there he is also mentioning about the tools, means they are using some tools which is depend on a scale. A focus group interview was conducted with 12 learners to create a list of reasons. That complete methodology and how they conducted the research they have explained here. Replacement activities and suggestion. The findings, here the findings is started, means result and conclusion is started. So from this line, means the fourth line, to reduce it and full stop, this included the complete introduction. After that, these 2 3 lines included the m and objective and sampling and methodology, and in the last 4 line you will find the result. The findings indicated that all three groups followed a similar academic procrastination behavior pattern. However, in terms of reason, while boys preferred playing computer games as a replacing activity, girls were more inclined to read books. Some suggestions were also provided by the learners to reduce it. The study provide implication for teachers, parent, and learners. So in this way, we have to write an abstract when you during your course, or when means when you will admit for your PhD, you have to submit a research paper, or you need to be it is important because research paper will be your requirement to submit, or a research article in a journal you have to provide it.
Sir, is the abstract written even while submitting the synopsis?
No, In synopsis, it is not required.
Okay, so before we start our research, what we have to submit is the research synopsis, right?
Yes, research
In
side.
that, there's no requirement of writing the abstract.
Correct.
Okay, so this abstract has to come only towards the end of the research. पूरा
Mm,
खत्म होने के बाद.
no. It will means yes. When you have complete your research paper, you need to give it a give the summary of your research paper. Means if somebody don't like, means if a examiner is there or whoever the person on the other side or a peer is there other side, he would like to understand what you have done. So you have to be summarize your research in a very 300 to 400 words. So this is what about abstract. In abstract, or everything will come like introduction, methodology, literature review, result, finding, everything will come in a very brief and a short form, and this is the example of your abstract.
Yes, sir. Now it's clear, sir. Thank you.
Okay, so I think it has been already cleared, so we'll go to discuss your approach, methods and material. In methods and material, what you have to do in abstract, you have established the importance of the research, your motivation for studying this issue, and the specific problem your paper address. Now you need to discuss how you solved or made progress on this problem, how you conducted your research. Here you are showing the reader the internal engine of your research machine and how it functioned in an entire study. So this is about means methods and material, how you will include your abstract. Now, last is summarize your results. Here you will give an overview of the outcome of your study. Avoid using too many vague quality terms and try to use at least some quantitative terms, that is percentage, figures, numbers. Save the qualitative statement in conclusion segment and state your conclusion in the end. In the last section of your abstract, you will give a statement about implication and limitation of your study. Be sure to connect this statement closely to your results and not the area of study in general. Now, there are different type of apps. So, what kind of writing is there? According to that, there are abstract. First type of abstract is critical abstract. By the name of its, you can understand that it is a comment about research validity, reliability, or completeness. In this, researcher compares and evaluate the work with another work on the same subject. Length of this abstract is not more than 400 to 500 words. Just remember these things. Critical abstract. What is critical abstract? Here, what researcher is do is he comment on validity, reliability, and or completeness. Second, researcher do compare and evaluate the work with another work on the same subject. And length of this abstract is not more than that 400 and 500 words. Second type of abstract is descriptive abstract. It indicates the type of information found in the work. It includes the purpose, methods, and scope of the research. It describes the work that is summarized by researcher. It is short, usually of not more than 100 word. This is used for during the descriptive abstract. Third one is informative abstract. In this, main argument and important results and evidences are presented by researchers. It also includes the result and conclusion of the research. The length is not more than 300 words. And fourth one is highlight abstract. It mainly written to attract the attention of reader. It cannot be independent or of the associated article, but it is rarely used in academic writings. So this is all about the abstract. Now there is a difference between synopsis and abstract. So what and we will discuss here aspect, like on the aspect of definition. Research synopsis is a gist of planned project for approval by authorities, and abstract is a, see, project means your research, right? Don't means mislead by this word. Project means the research you are going to complete or you are doing. So they mentioned project means your research, gist of planned research for approval by authorities. We prepare a document to get approval. So, and in comparison of synopsis, abstract is summarize the major aspect of your entire research or a paper, right? From purpose, seek approval for the research project. Actually, research synopsis, why we prepare research synopsis? To get a approval from the authorities. That is its purpose. And abstract purpose is provide a concise overview of the entire research or entire research paper or article. Length generally longer than an abstract. Research synopsis will always be minimum 15 to 25 pages, and usually one paragraph of around 300 words or less is the abstract. Content, what kind of content should be there? Contains comprehensive detail of the research plan, right? So synopsis is your research thesis short form. From that synopsis you will increase it and convert it into thesis. And in abstract encompasses purpose, problem, design, findings, and conclusions. Means here you will increase your writing, and here you will decrease, means you will summarize it. Sequence, present the research plan sequentially. Follow a prescribed sequence covering various aspects. As on aspect of focus, offer a panoramic view of the entire research, right? And emphasize key element while summarizing the paper. Readership, reviewers and competent authorities. It is made for the reviewers and competent authorities. And what abstracts readership is wider audience, including researchers, for quick insight, right? Abstract give quick insights, and synopsis is only for the competent authority or reviewers. Interpretations generally include less detailed interpretations, and abstract briefly summarize interpretations and conclusions. Usage, approval seeking document for project commencement or for a research commencement. Standalone summary for potential readers of the paper. And analysis, as on aspect of analysis, reviewed for feasibility and relevance. And abstract assessed for the paper's relevance and significance. I hope you understand the difference between abstract and research synopsis. Now, the second thing is research report and research paper. So, for like a report is very normal term for any kind of work. At the end of the work or a task, wherever you are in your organization or your in your class or in where, if you got a task to complete, and after the completion of that task or work, you need to submit a report. Means what you have got, what kind of a task you have got, and what you have did in particular work. So you have to give a report. Same here in research, we have to prepare a report. So, what is a research report? A research report is basically a summary of what the student has learned through their exploration of a topic in books, encyclopedia, or the internet, or the any material, whatever you have read. The student will read the desired material, such as several non-fiction books on a specific. Here in yoga, you will read the traditional or scriptures and other books, specific subject matter, and organize the information. Then you will summarize what you have learned in a well thought out manner. This report should take anywhere from a week to a month to complete. 3 to 5 paragraphs of the report should be written in an informational tone, devoid of opinion. It should be concise and to the point. For the research report, the student is basically delving into a topic, organizing the material he has found, and sharing what he has learned in his own word. This is what about report. And research paper. See, research report is just a document which you give whatever you have learned and what kind or a manner you have complete your work. And in research paper, it is completely different. It is the piece of academic essay writing generally done as a requirement for a class. In research, you have to do independent research, right? Independent research, this is very important. After the research, you have to write a description of the findings. Moreover, you present your evaluation and argument on the topic under consideration in a research paper. The research paper contains the student's analysis and opinion of a subject. He will still do a fair amount of research, and his paper should still include some summary information. However, the writer will also offer his thoughts on what he has learned, and he will use quotes and authoritative opinions to back up his claims. This means that the student will also need to use some form of citation to show from where their quotes and support material have come. I think it is not working. Otherwise, I'll show. So, see, basically, a research paper is a short findings or a short experiment or a short research where you complete a research or a project for a short period of time, and you give your research paper to submit in a journal for publication. This is what about research paper. A research paper must include a thesis statement, which causes the student. It is a research paper, basically very short form of a research thesis, which causes the student to form the defend an opinion about the material. The complete paper should be clear, comprehensive, and at least 6 to 8 pages in length. It should touch on why he chose the topic and how it affects the writer, as well as thoroughly explain what he has found out about the subject. We have completed thesis, and today we have learned about the synopsis and abstract. After that, we have went through the research report and research paper, and after that the final thing, which is a research article. So it is also like a research paper. Article is also like a research paper, but it is bit different. Here what you do, it is an article include methods, result, and findings of one's research in a peer reviewed journal. Basically, see what steps of research article writing is here. Start writing beforehand. A research article can be written before the experiment are completed or the actual thesis has been written. Writing daily or weekly help in generating new ideas around the research problem. It also make it easier to consolidate data in the form of article whenever the need arises. Second thing, we need to means do research article is deciding time to publish. Having a timeline in mind ensures that one is writing with a definite deadline. Some journals accept manuscript all around the year. See, a manuscript means document. The document in a particular format you have to submit is called manuscript all around the year, and some only do special features. Keeping this in mind, one should keep the content ready whenever the data you have collected represent a complete story. Means in an article, you work on your subject, you work on your topic, and on that topic you have to find so many things. Means you have to read a research paper, you have to read newspaper, you have to read previous work. So from that you make an article, and to publish that article in a journal, you need to give it in a particular format of a journal. Every journal has a different kind of format. So according to that format, you have to submit your research article. Title and abstract. Here is also important. When you write a article, you need to decide a title for it. Title is very important. For every synopsis, you need to first decide your title. For article writing, you need to decide your title. For research paper, for thesis, everything, you have to give a title. Title means a heading of your research paper, your article, your book, your thesis. Deciding a title and preparing an abstract is the next step. The title should be short. It should be a very short title. Will always be a short, informative, and unique. An abstract should be able to give a brief overview of your research article. Title and abstract are in fact important component of your research article. We have already discussed about abstract. Now deciding the format. Peer reviewed journals means journals which are approved by UGC, and on international and national level there are so many journals available on net. So usually they follow a one rule or a format. What format? It is called IMRAD. Okay. Okay. What IMRAD represents, and I means introduction, M means methods, R means results, and discussions. Each section also follows a word limit feature which may vary from one journal to another.
What is the A, sir?
Sorry. A.
Yeah.
And outline of the paper. An outline acts as a roadmap to one on research, right? A research article should follow an outline based on some themes and sub themes clubbed together. A proper outline gives coherence and consistency to the ideas put. Outlines is basically the subheadings which you will give to complete your article, research paper, synopsis, or thesis. In this is our outline. Deciding the format, outline of the paper, first draft. This is our outline. Our research article, this is our outline, and the detail we give is a paragraph. So when you have completed your outline of the paper, next thing is first draft. Finalizing the first draft is the next step. One should not write and edit at the same time. Prepare the first draft and edit as and when new revision are to be made. Make sure that the first draft is the blueprint of outline made, abstract and title. So means when you have decided your title, you have decided your abstract, you have decided your outline, and you have given the details of your outline. So now your draft is ready. So first draft is ready, and to edit it means when new revisions come after first draft, so you need to finalize it. You have to give it means when first draft is completed, after revision you will final it, right? So draft will be final document. Next is references. References is means the literature review or the literature you have read and you have included in your research article, research paper, or whatever the writing is there. You included the others references that you have to mention your research article in the form of citations. So this is another important component, as well as a step of article writing. After the revised draft, one should make sure that the citation have been done correctly and follow a proper format. So when you means after first draft and after revision, when you revised it, during revision, what you need to do, you need to do the correction of your citations. Means citation means when you use somebody else quote in your research, you have to mention his name, his title, and his date of publishing, and publisher's name. That is called reference. Revise as per general instruction. So when you have completed all your 7 steps, after that what you'll do, you submit this to a journal. So when journal send it to peer review, means they have a people from a particular domain, they review your article or a research paper, they belongs to journal, and they will give some suggestion or comments or instruction. Then what you need to do, you again means do a editing of that particular document according to them, and again you will submit it. So when you will submit it, that will be your final draft ready to submit to the editor. And in the last feedback after submission, one receives comment from the editors and reviewers. They will ask for a change in terms of the word limit, grammar, and punctuation, follow of the proper, etc. So this is what about today's class. So in today we have completed what? Synopsis, abstract, report, and paper, and research article. Any questions? No?
So share the slide deck, sir, please.
I'll do. Have you received the previous slides?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. So can we conclude today's class?
Yeah, we can.
Okay, I'll stop the recordings, then we'll do a closing recitation.